Hey everybody, Mike with Gamesplay Badly, and as promised, here is my second part video of what to do when you're going to be interviewed. So in the first one, I mentioned, making sure you had all your collateral ready, whether that was artwork or logos, and making sure that the interviewer knew how you wanted to be addressed, and making sure you had all the appropriate links available for them so they can publicize you to their best of their ability. Now, let's talk about presentation, right? So if you're on a podcast, this probably doesn't mean as much, but podcasters a lot of times are going to have you record your audio feed and send that to them. So that way, in case something drops out connection-wise, they don't lose any of that audio. And they're probably recording it as well, and it's more of a backup than anything else. But when you're doing a video interview like people do with me, a lot of times you're going to be using something like Zoom. And one of the things that you need to be aware of is the background. So I have done interviews with people where my background has been messy, and I've had stuff that I probably didn't want on camera, but it was there. And so one of the things to think about is turning on that virtual background. So the virtual background can be really helpful because A, it blurs out whatever's behind you, so you could do your interview basically anywhere, or you can throw up your own custom background promoting your product that has your logo, whatever information you want it, some funny picture, whatever you like. Those are really fun to play with, and I can go through and show you how to do that, but I think there are probably better YouTubers out there that have background information for Zoom and things like that. The other thing you want to do is look presentable. No, I am no looker by any means, but I always try to make sure that I double check myself in the mirror before I go on camera. Make sure that I don't have any flakes or flyaways or what have you that are going to be egregious, because what ends up happening is when you're doing interviews, people are focusing on those things sometimes. So they're not really listening to you. They're looking at whatever it is, a stain on your shirt or, whatever. Your hair's a mess or whatever. And I hate to say that because I hate that society is like that, but it is. So before you go on camera, just do a quick check in the mirror and make sure that everything looks okay. Make sure your background is cleaned up or you're using a virtual background. And I highly recommend that, actually. I use that in a lot of my interviews so that way I can publicize Gamesplay Badly. And also make sure that your lighting. Now, none of us are cinematographers. I know that I'm not. But if you're doing an interview with someone, ask them how the lighting is. If you have lighting coming from behind you and you don't have a light in front of you, it's going to make you appear dark on camera. Also, if your lighting is too stark, I interviewed someone who had a window open and it was like right in their face. And so I had her move over a little bit so that way it wasn't quite as stark. So a lot of times the interviewer will help you place yourself in your space so that way you look the best on camera and people can see your beautiful, beautiful face. So those are just a few tips. If you have any questions or comments, obviously down below in the comments, like this video and subscribe if you enjoy our interviews and my other shenanigans, which are many. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.